Hello, hello. Welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. We're going to be doing a few question and answer session tonight. I wanted to give you some new information that's exciting. We are going to be having a little bit of Magic and Moxie. My best friend Moxie is going to be coming on to the channel and bringing you your daily aspects. We're going to have some astrology lessons. We're going to be doing some joined collaboration on doing both tarot and astrology together. So we'll be doing your daily aspects with some tarot pulls and also doing some classes. There is some requests for someone asked me if you can actually do a tarot reading with a regular deck of cards, and Miss Moxie is able to show you how to do that easily and fun. So we're going to be doing some collaborations up and coming. I also have my friend Sarah who will be joining us, and she's all about the body. So magic over here. Moxie's our astrology. Sarah is all about the body and the mechanics of the body with keto and CBD and theta energies. So we'll be doing some collaborations. The ladies are going to be here tomorrow evening, so that'll be kind of fun to use those guys to you. If you do want a one-on-one with me, karmaondeck.com, so you can do your one-on-one there if you like. In the meantime, post your questions in the comments. We will go ahead and do some I call it one card pulls, but you know better than that. I never really do one card. I always like to do a few more because one card, I always say, does not a tarot reader make. One card is not a psychic. One card is, look it, here's the Lover's card. That doesn't give you a reading. So I tend to like to pull more than one. Hi, Delana, how's it going? So I like to do more than one card because it gives you a little bit more of an in-depth look. That. So anyways, my schedule is absolutely perfect right now. I need some lip balm. I'm about to go a little crazy. Yes. Okay, sorry. I was super distracted by this. That's delicious for them. Been waiting for that for about an hour because I just got done doing live on my psychic one. So anyways, guys, we're going to be expecting a little bit of an emotional push the next couple days. We do have the new moon coming up the next couple days, and that energy is going to have us feeling a little bit intense about just about everything. Bebo, what's up? Sorry, my girl had to go, but she did pull the aspects for tomorrow, which was exciting because that was the last missing piece that she couldn't figure out how to do. So, and it's not that she couldn't figure out how to do it. She just wanted to be accurate. She's a perfectionist, which is perfect for an astrologer. I like to fill in the blanks for her education and not necessarily on the how-to, but my spirit will tell her what she needs to be doing. And so I cannot wait for you guys to see how much Vanessa and I potentiate one another. It's absolutely magical. When I do work with Vanessa, we used to be paramedics together as well. And she's been my friend for 23 years. And there's this term in medicine called potentiate. So one drug, if you take it, morphine and Phenergan, for example, if you take morphine 2 milligrams, it'll make you feel loopy. If you take Phenergan, it'll make you sleepy. But if you take morphine and Phenergan together, it can almost put you into sedation where you're out. So Vanessa and I have a tendency to really potentiate one another in a major way, which is exciting. So I'm the only one in this building. I just heard the door freak me the fuck out. So anyways, we have a tendency to potentiate each other on this level that is so excited. So yeah, she said I'm interested already. So it's pretty exciting. We have been having meetings once a week. That's why you haven't heard from me. Sarah, Vanessa, and I have a mastermind meeting on Tuesdays. There is a property that I might be working out of called American Shaman coming up soon. So I'll be having my own business stuff. It's going to be a little exciting for you guys to see. And we'll be broadcasting from there live as well. I've always got so many little projects on deck. It's incredible. So at any rate, yeah, Bebo. So she pulled the aspects. So she's saying that tomorrow You might be feeling as if the other shoe feels like it should drop, or that you're missing something, or there's something you need to do. And there's just this sense of urgency, and you're going to be really dialed in for the next couple days as well. New moon is really about creation energy anyways, and it's all about intuition and insight. And these aspects that we're playing with are really going to have us dialed in. So as we were talking about on my psychic one on Babalawo's channel, we were talking about having that anxiety energy, or just feeling a little bit too, hi Mariana, of feeling like, just like she was saying, that triangle of agitation where you're going to feel a little bit edgy. So at any rate, there is that. Oh, good luck. It's ridiculously fun. Hi, Jay Walker. What's going on? Are you new to us? We've talked before, I think. So any rate, yeah, it's when we go, we go. I can't wait for you to see us in action. But the problem is Miss Vanessa is a perfectionist, and she's absolutely dialed into the idea that she wants to do things perfect. So doesn't want to show up until she has it absolutely perfect, and I'm just going to shove her in the pool. So she's going to be here tomorrow, whether she likes it or not, because she's excited but nervous. So she's done all of this, but she just hasn't done it on YouTube, and she wants to do it perfect. However, you guys are going to love her, my bestie. So any rate, these last couple weeks, I have not felt motivated. And as I am not an astrologer, I can only tell you that spirit-wise, I have felt like I just wanted to check out. It was extremely difficult for me to get motivated and stay functional when it comes to work. However, let me see here. I will show you. Astrologically. Yeah. So, moon sextile natal Uranus, but that's for me. So it's saying here intensity. So the waning crescent moon in Scorpio. So it's 28 degrees, waning crescent moon in Scorpio, which already says intensity is what the moon in Scorpio is all about. Whether it's passion, elation, sorrow, or desire, emotions are felt on a deeply personal level. So this also makes them feel a little bit more, pow. These are going to come busting off the page to you. So we're motivated by the desire to get to the bottom of things, and we instinctively read between the lines. Bebo, bit of what you're doing. How much is my intuition, and how much of it is my my logical mind, and that struggle between the two. And like we were saying, so Bebo was talking about when I went live over there on Baba's channel. Oh my God, I need to eat. I'm channeling way too much. So let me slow down just a little bit, because that was the lesson that I was telling Bebo. How do you know what the difference is between your logical mind and your intuition? And I was doing a little bit of a lecture with Bebo on my live about how to do that. Are you guys interested in hearing that? So the best thing that you can do in order to determine which is your own voice and which is the influx of energy and information from other people is to actually slow down and learn what your voice looks like or sounds like. So for example, if you're not doing meditation, if you're not slowing down enough, if you're not clearing energy between you and other individuals, you're definitely going to feel as if there's an overabundance of information, and which one do you need to dial into? So for example, someone walks into a room. Bebo, remind me of what points I need to make for this. So if you walk into a room and you're feeling anxiety, is it your anxiety because you're nervous about being around new people? Is it someone else's anxiety in the room because they're nervous about what you're going to say? Or did you walk into a situation that was already in play? How do you determine which energies are yours, which to focus on, and how to clear them? So first of all, like I was telling Bebo, if you don't already clearly understand your own mind, you're not going to know which is which. So that's kind of, like they always say, the empath doesn't know whose energy is whose. Absolutely you do. You absolutely know that this person pissed you off, this person hurt your feelings, this person has some uncleared energy. Like throat chakra is not going to clear if you have to tell somebody off and you don't have an opportunity to, so your truth isn't being cleared. If your heart chakra is pinchy, it's because the love inside and your heart chakra and the warmth and all of that isn't able to be expressed. Or there's an individual that's not allowing you to express that energy, your heart chakra becomes blocked. So when you play with these energies, the key isn't just simply knowing what chakra is speaking. It's also about knowing what your energy looks like. So when I go into a Reiki session, and I hate the expression, I mean, I kind of cross scope a little bit. I do a little Reiki, a little of Theta. And you guys have seen me do my readings here where I don't use the cards or I don't utilize a tool, and I just literally just snap and grab somebody's energy and say, this is what's going on with you. And so here's how you do this. And like I said, I do a blend of different modalities. So it's just, I always say I don't need someone to teach me how to use energy because it naturally occurs. It's kind of like me having breasts and being a female. I just am. So I don't need somebody to license me for that. It's just something that I use and utilize. However, Reiki utilizes certain things. Theta is certain things. I always say Reiki is like the organs of your energy. They're the machine. Okay. So, and I've been inspired to do Tai Chi in the mornings because this morning I was shown that that is building energy for the work that I do. And I've been being bugged for months now to do Tai Chi. So it's also a physical aspect. It helps me to build my body, which is the machine for the energy for my spirit. My spirit needs energy. So now I'm doing Tai Chi to bring energy into my body and build it. But I always say, in my mind, can I see you? I can see a lot. Yes. So first of all, hi, Jessica. Actually, I can channel and see. But anyways, so when I say, like I said, chakras are your energy machines, and Theta is looking at the whole beast. So what I see is I match your energy. So I can actually feel what you're feeling. So in order for me to do a session on someone, and this is why it's so expensive. So when you go in there and you see channeling, Reiki, or Theta, it's going to cost you. And let me tell you why. I have to literally get in your pool. And if you pee in your pool, I feel that. Literally tap into and feel that energy. So I have had experiences where I dip into that energy, and next thing you know, I'm feeling a lot of that darkness and that panic and the depression or whatever it is, or even so much so like when someone asks me to channel or do mediumship. I've had some really ugly people that I've had to talk to. And you got to pay me for that, because sometimes you'd be like, oh, I want to talk to my Uncle Bob. And I'm like, your Uncle Bob was a piece of shit. Like, I don't like this energy. This guy was really dark. He was an abuser. He was this, he was that. But there may be some things you don't know about it. So what you have to do is you have to really come to understand your own energy. And what does that take? That takes meditation and a conscious effort to practice and clear your energy. So it's not just good enough that you're feeling energy. It's not just good enough that you can recognize that you're being influenced by other people's energy. You literally have to go into meditation, understand what your own mind sounds like, and understand what it sounds like when someone strange comes into your brain. So for example, that's how I know when I'm getting a reading, doing a reading for someone that it doesn't belong to me, because it literally doesn't sound like my voice. So that's one way. Secondly, you have to conscientiously clear, cleanse, and protect your energy. So are you wearing items that protect root chakra, third eye? Like, are you using the tools? Like, if you guys see here, I've got a barrier, which is a conscious effort for me to protect my energy from anybody that comes over here. I can reach out to you, but you can't come this way and tap into mine. This is protected. This is the vault. Okay. So I've got my little brain over here. The brain. I've got my dragon and my protection. And then I have all of my chakras here. And then I've got a couple power stones here that I draw on when I need a little bit extra energy, which helps me to channel. So in addition to that, you guys know that I keep my sage here at all times. Okay, so this is my Bitch Be Gone spray. Mondo Botanicals from Steve Marcellus. When he comes on here, reach out to him, guys, and he can get you some sage spray, which is amazing. So, like I said, in order for you, if you're an empath at all, and you're getting anxiety, I can feel you. So ask Bebo. She's literally watched me do a reading before where somebody's asking me a question and I can feel their anxiety. And I'm telling them, you need to clear this shit. or I'll actually clear it or whatever. We can play with that tonight if you want. But like I said, you literally have to practice your energy so that you know when you walk into a room, you already know that you're clear, so it can't possibly be yours, right? And so there's also some techniques where, for example, if you're talking to someone and all of a sudden you feel like you have to cough, or if you feel like you have to swallow a lot while you're talking to someone, or you feel like you got a pit in your throat, they're lying to you. Or not necessarily lying to you, because not everybody's an asshole, okay? Sometimes people are having a hard time coming up with the words to say. Sometimes people are uncomfortable exposing the truth to you. Sometimes they want to keep something private, so they skirt around the truth. So you got to look at honesty as being not just necessarily a truth or a lie. So it's also a discernment issue. So if you're feeling a blockage with someone in your chest, or that someone is uncomfortable revealing the thing that's intimate to you. So, for example, I can feel when someone's not telling the truth based on being an NLP practitioner, how they meet my eyes, what direction they look when they speak. If they look side to side, whether it was something they heard. If they look up, it's something they saw. If they look down, it's something they're feeling. So as an NLP practitioner, which is a completely different practice altogether, that's outward focus. I can't do my Reiki and my energy and my psychic because that's inward focus. I have to just pay attention to the spirit. So there's a lot of ways you can do it, but it takes work. So for example, which one of you guys is nauseous? Yes, and they're not comfortable yet revealing it. So that might be that nauseous feeling. So sometimes truth, they always say your sacral chakra has to do with your truth, your root chakra, your sexuality, your crown chakra, which is spirituality and godhood, your third eye, your throat, etc. So there's lots of little practices. Now, I was taught Reiki 28 years ago, actually. It was when 25, we'll go with 25, because my daughter was a little bit older. But when I learned Reiki back then, I had to come back into the industry later in order to get licensed and go back through it. She's like, oh, you're a natural. I'm like, no, I've been doing it for 20 years, but now you're just making me get a piece of paper. So I don't know or really care what Reiki is supposed to look like or Theta is supposed to look like. I just know that what I do works and I can teach it to you. My biggest thing as a practitioner is the more you know, the more you know. So I don't like my clients to be, you guys ever seen me do the demystifying the tarot? I have a couple tarot made easy, or some tricks to picking your deck, or some tricks and stuff like that. Who's pregnant, she said. So I like to make things simple, because as far as I'm concerned, a more educated client is going to ask more intuitive questions. And so they're going to be more vested in the reading if they know what's going on. So I'm going to say to you, the Seven of Wands has a tendency to show us that we're being defensive. We have all of our weapons out, if you notice on here. And the other thing Vanessa and I have been unpacking is the Thoth deck. Is on this deck, it literally... This is why I've been so quiet about astrology, that I've been studying for the last 6 months and not talking about, is because I was told, Spirit told me that I needed to learn this deck because I would be able to, and then Maru told me, if you study this deck, you will be able to unpack astrology so much easier, because the correlation between the certain cards will have aspects on them. Let me see if I can find an example for you. Aha. So if you look at this card, Venus in Scorpio. Or is that Virgo? So Venus in Virgo is the 9 of discs. Ta-da! So if you understand tarot, then you'll understand what that conjunct means and that pairing. So astrology is really about combining energy and conflicting energy. And once I understand that, you guys are going to be so excited to see what I pull, because it's going to be fun. Whoop! All right, Jay, so what is your question? Did I pray? No, I didn't pray. So yeah, astrology is going to be fun. So the reason why I've waited to do the astrology after all these months of study is because I have a thing for keeping things simple. In astrology, if you guys heard me talk about learning astrology, I was like, it's a mind fuck. It's like hieroglyphics, Latin, geometry, trigonometry, geometry, and add in a little mysticism and paganism and gods, goddesses, and Greek mythology, and mix it all up in a fucking shaker for breakfast and drink it fast. Like, you gotta just absorb it all. Hi, Leon, what's up? I thought you guys were gonna call me for a reading. Did you guys get lost or he get off late? Anyways, friends from Vegas. I was just there this weekend at the Phoenix, sneaking up in there with my boo, doing a little dancing. So Jay wants to know, what benefits will I get from my singing lessons? Okay, so Jessica, if you want to do a class, I'm going to be putting on some classes on astrology, but we're also going to be doing some YouTube stuff step by step so that you guys can come on and catch up. So then when we do our daily aspects, Vanessa and I do these together, what we're going to have for you is we're going to teach you how to unpack your own chart. Now, it is ridiculously complicated. However, we want to make it easy for you. So we're going to play with that. Okay, so Bebo, that was my problem too. But if you noticed my live earlier, Vanessa has this magical way of explaining things. She can pull apart an atom and describe things in such a way that it's simple. Okay, so what we're going to do is, we were just talking about the schedule. She's got a bunch of kids, so we got to keep her like super on track. But what we're going to do is we're going to have your daily aspects, and we're going to teach you how to learn your tarot and how to explore your thing. It is so much, so much, so much. It's like, once you unpack one quality, you've got 12 houses, 9 planets, asteroids, plus your zodiac signs, and then you add in an angle. Yeah. You can ask a question. I'm going to get to it, but this is my little rant session and then we'll get to it. But yeah, so once you have all of those different combinations, then you throw another twist in there and you realize that you can do a synastry chart, which synastry is you and another individual and how you relate with them. So mind blown, like, it's a lot of information, but what we've been working on is not only a program, but a process in which you can unpack a chart. Now, a lot of you aren't going to move forward and go become an astrologer, but it's going to be much more interesting when you can follow along with the shit we're saying. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be able to say, hey, this is the other, that's the whatever. And you're not going to feel confused, because when I watched Maru for months and months and months, I felt like I don't know what she's talking about. And even when I did understand it, I thought I knew what she was talking about, and I really don't. So now that we have like a little bit of a process and we made it simple, and all these books and web pages and documents, hundreds and hundreds of printings, we've got 2 or 3 binders here. And then she made a PowerPoint program so that you can actually go in, okay, and fill in, copy and paste the information. As you pull your chart, you're going to go in here, pull this information, copy it. You're going to go back to the beginning and then read your own chart. We're going to teach you how to do that. We're going to make it easy. It's still going to be complicated because you can't read an encyclopedia in a day. And you literally are an encyclopedia. And the thing is, once you learn one little piece, it's going to be like the best, most intriguing novel you've ever read, your favorite book, and you're not going to want to put it down. But we want to have this process in place for you so you can play with it. Okay, so we're going to be doing all this stuff. It is scary. It's mind-blowing. As above, so below. And mind-blown even more when you start to recognize that you are part of all of these cosmos. Other things will start unlocking for you too. Can stay sending love. Thank you, Melissa. Okay, Jay, thought you wanted me to ask a question. So Jay's saying, what benefits will I get from my singing lessons? Well, I'm picking up that we're going to play with this deck over here. So this is for Jay. So I'm picking up that there's a love interest for you. I'm picking up that there is some recognition as well. Are they doing, yeah, just stick around. By Sunday, we're going to have this all lined up. She's almost ready. So I am picking up that there's a love interest for you regarding these singing lessons. I'm also seeing someone's doing that you might not even have to pay, that some of this information will be gifted to you. I'm also seeing that there's recognition, like I said, and there's travel as well. Be cautious, Jay, of miscommunication still remaining this week. Hi, Blessed. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the like. Sorry I went on a rant, but that's been wanting to come out for a while. It's not scary, people. It's a shit ton of fun. Yeah, Leon's been up late. So yeah, it does get confusing. But here's the thing about astrology. It's a loop. So once you begin to study it and you get a little lost, you're like, oh my God, that just lost me. Boom, it puts you right back to where you started, and it puts you right back within something familiar. So you can't really get too lost. Just saying. But anyways, I did want to come on here, and I'm really proud of you, Leon. You guys are exciting. I love keeping in touch with you on Facebook because that kid of yours is coming soon. So Bebo said, like, I start studying my chart and my ex-husband's chart and compare it to the guys that interested in me in the past, and there's always about a lot of similarities. So what I did, what's really cool about this, was when I began to study astrology beginning in the year, I started to find that it was terrifyingly accurate, to the point where I was pissed. And you guys have heard me say this shit before. I was pissed. I was like, you mean to tell me all this fucking time astrology's been right in front of me, and there is so much information left it untapped based on some stupid judgment I had in my head about it being hokey or about it being bullshit because I didn't understand it. And once I began to understand it, I started to put it to the test, so to speak. So I asked all my boos, my boyfriend, I was like, tell me your information. And so I would go in there and I'd pull it up, and sure as shit, he's a Scorpio rising. My first true love, who is here in town, I went and asked him his birthday and everything, and I looked it up, and sure as shit, he was a Scorpio rising. Then one of my boos that I'm kind of had been interested in, we'd been on again, off again, sure as shit, he's a Virgo, but he was a Scorpio rising. Every single important male in my life was a Scorpio rising. So I put it to the test. I wanted to see, I'm like, well, none of them are the same zodiac sign. So how could astrology be correct if I'm attracted to these men and they're all very different? They're not. They were all Scorpio rising. So whatever is within me that has a need for Scorpios, I don't know, consistency, intensity, sexuality, that I needed in a Scorpio, there it is. Now, there were some other similarities as well. However, put astrology to the test. So she said, I start studying my chart, my ex-husband chart, and compare it to the guys that interested me, and there's always some similarities. But here's what's cool. It is scary. It's mind-blowing. But there is a manual. And what Vanessa and I are going to do is we're going to get you excited about astrology. We're going to get you excited about playing with this energy and not feel so lost, okay? Because here's what's true. I started to get excited about astrology when I started learning the sun, moon, and rising signs and how that's got so accurate and it was applicable at that point. So I never knew what everybody was talking about. So it was very simple to go sun, moon, and rising. So your sun is, let's see here. I took some notes because I kind of felt like there are some things that I learned that made it easy. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, binder on binder and binder of like how to relate tarot cards with the zodiac sign, what the signs and houses and their co-ruler, I mean, each zodiac sign is ruled by a certain planet in general. And then in addition to that, what the symbols and aspects meant. There's like 36. Look at this. This is nuts. This all makes sense now. So we're going to have this available for you guys. So all the guys interested in me are always Venus in Taurus or Gemini, moon is in Aquarius. So here's what's true. So your moon in Aquarius is you're attracted to emotions. I like intensity. And when I look, when you're saying Scorpios are intense, I am telling you that intensity is attractive to me. So there you have it. So Pisces rising, that's me. So sun is what you want, moon is what you need, and rising in the style in which you will attain it. That shit makes it easy for me to understand. So Leon, stick around. We're going to be teaching some of this in such a way that you're going to understand it. Because what's true is, astrology is not going to lie to you. Now, an astrologer may misinterpret your shit, but if you can go and find the information yourself and cross-check it and prove it, it's going to be amazing. So Leon, if you want a time slot and you want me and Vanessa to teach you your astrology, sorry, Moxie. If you want Moxie to teach you your astrology, I can teach you how to do it for yourself. I can teach you how to follow along, or we can do your reading as well, which is a lot of fun. Oh yeah, so if you look at the similarities, Bebo, your moon is in Virgo and the guy's moon is Aquarius, so that's your similarity. You attracted to Aquarius moon, guys. But anyways, I wanted to get on here and play with you guys for a little while. I'm getting super lightheaded because I've been channeling and working since about, 5 o'clock this afternoon. Gonna log off for a little bit, but I'll be back tomorrow because I did your 3 zodiac signs today. I'm gonna do 3 more tomorrow and get them done. But I honored my commitment to come on live. So you're either gonna see one of 2 things from me for the remainder of the week. You're either gonna see me come on and produce 3 videos for the day, which take me roughly an hour to do, or you're gonna see me on live. Today I did both. So if I want to get up in the morning to do my Tai Chi for my little maquinas, she said, I don't know why they're aliens. All right, guys, I love you much. Thank you for hanging out with me and listening to my rants. I probably don't even remember half of what I say. But at any rate, that's the plan. You're going to see me on here every day. Okay? Happy Thanksgiving to you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.